Alright, we are just about finished up here. As you guys can see, I've got my Airbox all back on. I got my sensor, dialect grease there and plugged back in. One thing I want to show you I did is down here on the crankcase breather hose where it goes into the engine there. I did put ultra black around the end of the hose, so when I pushed it tight it created a seal there too. And of course then the hose up into the Airbox I got all sealed up. Yeah, you probably can't see, but I did do around the inside of that too, just to be safe. So all we have left to do is to throw the rest of our snorkel back together, and I'll show you how I seal my lid. Gotta be careful with these little hose clamps, you don't want to over tighten them. Just snug will be good enough. Back. This guy back. That's all secure. So the last thing we have to worry about sealing up is our Airbox lid. Now there is no rubber gasket or anything around this that actually seals it. So we can't just slap this on here and expect it to keep water out, because it doesn't do that good of a job at keeping the dust out. Now there's a couple different ways you could do this. Yes, I could just take my ultra black and go ahead and fill this crack up in there and put it on. But that's going to create, not a permanent bond. I mean, you'll still be able to pry it off. But I mean, it's still going to make a mess every time you go to check your filter. You're going to have to reapply the ultra black after you peel the old dry stuff off. And so what I've always done is just use dialect grease for this as well. Because the nice thing about dialect grease, it's grease, it'll repel the water, and it'll give you like a gasket pretty much around here that still isn't going to permanently bond it or stick the lid fast. So it's still going to be just as easy to take off come time to check your filter or to replace your filter. So there you can see how I've made a gasket out of the dialect grease. And now, just gonna make sure our clips are back out of the way. Line her up. Push her on. So now it's only a matter of throwing the bed back on, throwing my seats back on, and we're good to go. Alright guys, aside from putting my toolbox back on my little bed, she is all completed. As you can see, when everything's back together, you really can't even tell that guy snorkeled. Now I will admit that my suspicions have been confirmed that this kind of a design snorkel is going to be hard to work with my back panel and with my roof on for the wintertime for sealing it up, keeping heat in. I mean, this would be fine to stretch it like this during the summer. It's not going to matter because I don't have my back panel on. But with this on here like this, it really just makes a big hole here. So what I did was I came up with a two-stage design here, basically, where I just switch out the tips. So this is going to be my summer tip when it's nice and warm. And I added a fern coat down here that I can loosen this up, pop this out, and I haven't painted this yet. Maybe I'll leave it white so I know it's my winter tip. But then I can put this one in here so it'll draw air from inside the cab. And then my roof can come down right over, my back can go on, and it has no interference with it whatsoever. And this would work with any kind of enclosed cab, whether you have a soft or hard. A design like this where you can switch out the snorkel ends is going to work perfectly. So that's going to wrap things up here for this part of Project Going Deep. We've got our vent lines extended, we've got our snorkel run here with both winter and summer mode tips. Now the total amount of money I had in this project for all the materials was right around $50. So So when compared to $200–300 you're going to pay for an aftermarket pre-made snorkel system, if you can sacrifice a little bit of time to work on this yourself, it is definitely worth doing yourself. I hope watching these videos on it has inspired you to do this to your own machines, because it really is something that should be done just to extend the life of your machine overall anyway, even if you don't ever plan on going to deep water or mud. So I want to know if you were inspired by watching my videos and have decided to snorkel your own machine. Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, it doesn't matter what you ride, as long as you ride. So keep on riding.